Okay, this one says construct a triangle with the length of each side A, B, and C units using the links on page 1. So again, the first thing I'm going to do here is just draw a nice straight line using my straight edge. Now then, I have got to flip back. I'm going to take this down so that I don't move everything out of this picture. I've got to flip back to page 1 and measure these things. So here I go. I'm going back to page 1. I'm going to let the longest side of my triangle be length C. So I'm going to measure C. There's C. So now I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to go right there. There is the longest side of my triangle. Now then, one of the other sides has to be B. So let me measure. I better label that. I'm going to say that is length C. Now I'm going to go back over here and I'm going to measure B. Okay. So there, that's B. So now I come back over here. Now I'm going to come from this end and I'm going to make an arc up here now. Okay. Now then, that was coming from this end. So you see this side of my triangle will be B, distance of B. So now I've got to go pick up distance A. So I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to measure A. Okay. And now I come back to this side. And this one came from this end. Now I'm going to go from this end. Ooh, I just barely did catch it. I didn't really know where this was going to end up. But do you see that point where this arc intersects that arc? And I just barely did catch it, but I did. Well, that is the peak of my triangle. So now I'm going to connect those. I'm going to use my straight edge. Connect that. And I'm going to connect this. Now I've got to label them. Okay, now let's see. Which length was this one? Okay, hold on. Okay, so this was length A. So this side needs to be labeled A. And then this side was length B. So now I have the triangle with each length side A, B, and C. Okay. Okay, let's do number 6. Right there. Number 6 says construct a triangle with the sides in a ratio of 2, 3, 5 below. So first thing I'm going to do, excuse me, the first thing I'm going to do is draw a nice straight line. There you go. Now then, I'm going to take some unit of measure and I'm just going to come up here and I'm going to go with B. I'm going to let my sides be B length. So I know that one side is going to be 2 times B, one side is going to be 3 times B, and one side is going to be 5 times B. So I'm going to let the longest side be my base. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now then, that one's 5. Now the other one has to be 2 times B. So I'm going to set this measurement for 2 times that length. Right there. And I'm going to go on this end and I'm going to make a great big arc at 2 times that length. Okay? Now then I'm going to set it for 3 times B because this side is 3 times that length. So now I'm going to go at 3 times that length. That's pretty darn good. And I'm going to come from the other side. And then where these arcs intersect will be the peak of the triangle. Oh no! Oh no! What's happened, kids? Is there a peak? No, there's not a peak. They're intersecting right there. Why is that? Does that have something? What do we know about about the sides of a triangle, but to make a triangle, any two sides must be greater than the third side. So is 2 plus 3, is 2 plus 3 greater than 5? No, it's not. So this, because of that, this cannot be a triangle. And you need to, an exclamation point. No, no, no. Because this side, these two do not add up to more. If they added up to more, then they would be up there. But it collapsed on itself. So any two sides must be greater than the third side. You must show it like that, and you must explain it like this. Okay, number 7 says copy angle A. Well, again, the first step is going to be to make a line. Let me look and make sure this is all in the picture. There's my line. All right, the next step is for me to pick some distance, and it doesn't matter what distance I pick, so long as I mark the same distance. And I'm going to start from right here. This is going to be the vertex of my triangle, and I'm going to make an arc. Then with that same distance, I'm going to come to the actual triangle, and I'm going to make an arc that same distance away. And all that does is establish exactly where I'm measuring the triangle. Because you see, if I measured measured the angle, because if I measured the angle out here, it would be this wide. If I measured it down here, it would be this wide. So we have to establish exactly where we're going to measure it. And so we have set up that distance to be the same. So then I come and I measure how wide it is at that distance. It's that wide. So I come down here at that distance from the vertex, and I make an arc there. Now then, I have established that that intersection point, if I connect those two, then I will have copied angle A. But we should be able to see that arc, and this one as well. Now let's look at this next one, which says bisect angle B. Bisect means to cut it into two equal halves. Here we can set our compass for any distance. It doesn't really matter. That's pretty good right there. And we make an arc. And again, all we're doing here is establishing where on this ray I'm going to measure. How far out? Am I going to go that far out? I've got to go the same distance on each one. Now then, I can leave it, well, no, I think I'll make it a little bigger, because you want this setting to be more than half way across the angle. So I've made it a little bigger. So then, at some setting that's a little further than half, you make another arc, and then you come to this point, this same setting, and you come to this point, and you make another arc. And what you have now is that this point connected to that point will bisect that angle. So that is the bisector of angle B. Hey kiddos, I forgot. You need to mark that this angle is congruent to that angle. Okay? Now then, let's look at this next one. Is that okay? About like so? All right.